I'm Connor Williams, I'm 19 and I've just dropped out of university. Well, the reason I enrolled into university was because, well, at the end of the day, when I'm old, I want to be able to get a good job. I want to be able to earn money, and for me, university is, well, the place where you go to get a degree to try and get the best job possible. I didn't think about getting a job after college at all. In my mind, I knew I was going to go to university after college. Yeah, no doubt. I think nowadays what you hear a lot is with a lot of jobs, if you have a university degree, the difference between a person with a university degree and a person without one, they will take the one with a university degree, no questions asked. So I think that's what a lot of people think, that they have to go to university in order to get a better job, or just any job they apply for, so that other people applying with a university degree don't get it before them.
There's so many different aspects of sports that someone who may be interested in that career, again, the same case with you probably, where the environment that you're being placed into is not the type of environment that you envision when you're going on to do a career. So you want to go into sports coaching, for instance.
Yep.
The other stuff that you're doing in university that encompasses the degree may not be for you.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what I experienced in both years, but I'd say especially the first year, was we were doing a lot of different subjects which wasn't the main thing I thought my university, my university subject would be about. There was a lot of other subjects which were to do with sport in general, but not to do with, so coaching was a specific thing I was doing. But yeah, I think a lot like event marketing and stuff like that, and things I'm not particularly interested in. So I had to do work to pass those subjects, when really, when I get a job in the future, it won't be anything to do with that subject. So I didn't know anything about it, and as I say, if I got a degree in it, I wouldn't use it ever again in my life.
So we've already done a similar session today, but mine's also going to be about passing. So straight away, I just want you in teams. So if anyone can just go and grab a bib and just stand by the cones for me, please. Just leave the balls where they are for a sec, no kicking them. So the next two mechanics of passing, anyone? Yeah, weak foot next to the ball, yeah? And then what else? Yeah, keeping the ball low, yeah, on the floor, so you're not keeping it under control at all times, okay? So I want you to add that now when you're passing. Look down at the ball, keep it under control, okay? Go!
So do you feel now that you dropped out, or was there any moment before you dropped out where you felt like, okay, financially, how is this going to affect me? Am I going to be able to cope with the fact that I've got to pay off this loan whilst also dropping out? Was there any time where you thought maybe I'm not going to drop out because of the financial situation?
Yeah, that definitely did cross my mind, because I wasn't aware of how student finance loan worked. But in my mind, I did think when I was thinking about dropping out, I did think to myself, maybe I do just stick in there just so I can get my loans, because now that I have and I'm looking for a job currently, without getting any money in, it is a little bit difficult. But eventually, obviously, I will have to pay my loan back. So because everyone thinks, like I was saying, everyone might think I've got to go to university to get. When you go to university, everyone has to get a student loan anyway. So everyone's just doing the same thing. But really, I don't think a lot of people know much about it. They just sort of go along with it, if that makes sense. I think the breaking point was, I think as you mentioned earlier, with having different subjects, maybe having different subjects having nothing to do with the main part of your course. So maybe I was just enjoying one part of my course, one subject maybe, not all the others. Maybe with all the work coming in, I wasn't enjoying myself, it was the main thing. I think being in education now for, well, I don't know how many years, so I don't know, say, when do you start school? When do you start primary school? Say about 15 years of education. I think I've just got to the point where I'm just sick of being in a classroom. I'm just sick of being in the classroom, listening to a teacher. I mean, don't get me wrong, not all of my course was to do with that, but I think I'm definitely, was definitely getting tired of just sitting in a classroom every day. So what I'm going to do, or what I am doing currently, is I've already got a job lined up in place, which is it's like a cover PE teacher in schools, really. So I'm still trying to stick to sport, because that is, at the end of the day, that is what I'm interested in. That's why I picked it in college and university. So I'm trying to stick with the qualifications I have from the first year. I'm obviously using them to get a job in sport, but I think like you were saying, what would I tell anyone in the same position as me leaving university? I'd say think when you are leaving university, weigh it up what jobs you can get, because that's what I also thought when I was leaving university. With the qualifications I have in the first year, even though I'm really not enjoying myself in the second year, could I just push through? Could I just make that extra push just so I could get the qualifications, just so I could get that better job? But if you are thinking about leaving university, think to yourself, what jobs can I get at this moment, and are you happy with those jobs? Because if you're not, then there is no point, but I was happy. So for me, sport's all I've known really throughout my life, and that's the one thing I enjoy. So what I would say is, if you do enjoy that subject, and you know at the end of the day you want to get a job to do with that, then yeah, of course I think you should still stick to your chosen subject you were doing in university, but it depends on the person whether they do want to do anything different. But I didn't see the point in going to college to do sport and getting my qualifications there, then going to university to do sport and getting my qualifications there, to then drop out in halfway through the second year of university and then think to myself, well, that was a complete waste of my time. Maybe I won't. Why wouldn't I use those qualifications to get a job in sport, apart from basically go back to say an average job in I don't know, in a shop, or because I may as well have just got a job after school then, because there is no point. So I've got all these qualifications for nothing. So that is why I stayed in sport.